Alright, what is going on, guys and girls? It's the Short Bear. Today we're going to talk about the trades that I made. The first one is VTVT. So why did I trade VTVT on the long side, right? So if you look at the history on VTVT, you can see that it likes to run, right? So this is a run here, the second one here, the third one here, and if it doesn't like to run, what it does is gap up. So once here, second time here, third time here, four, and yeah, that's basically it. So this morning when I saw it, I saw the news, nothing particular, but what I liked is I saw some absorbing on the tape. So I saw the bid kind of absorb right here. We didn't see the big volume that we see on the faders once they get to a special level. And right here we started absorbing, and we had a 10K ask here at 2, so I thought we might open up and gap up like it likes to do. And once $2 got chipped away, I started in long and it didn't work out, so I cut it right away. After that, I knew, alright, it's not going to be a short because we're not gapping up as much, we are not seeing the volume that I like, so I completely left it alone from there. The second one was SPI. Why did I trade SPI? So SPI is a stock that I like to trade. I traded it in the past, as you can see right here, 200. So, but it never traded. It never printed at 200. It did reverse stock split over and over again, and from there, I started, to look at the daily, and every time we gap up, we come back down. So once here, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and I think the total was something like 10 runs in the prior 5 years, and 90% of those faded and ended up a red. And even if it likes to run, as you can see, it often comes back. The only time we didn't come back is right in here. So this morning I looked at it, and we opened up really nicely pre-market, and I couldn't get any locate. So I was watching it right in here, right? I wanted a short near 4. We got the double top, but even if even as I didn't have the locates, I looked at the tape, and by breaking down, and held VWAP multiple times. We got under VWAP but couldn't crash under it, kind of hugged it. And right here, wick, we can't really make it down. There's selling pressure, but there are some bids absorbing. And once we kind of retested that 340 area and really supported, we couldn't make it under. I understood that some shorts, shorts with locates are thinking, are forming in, because they're thinking, all right, I've got locates nobody has, it's going to kind of fade. And yeah, it absorbed everything, so I got some long right in here as it hugged the VWAP, thinking, okay, VWAP reclaim, and added here, thinking, all right, we're really under VWAP now. If there's a trap, it's going to come from here, and if we make it under, I'm just going to cut it. And in this case, made it up over VWAP, once more dipped down to trap some shorts, and then the volume came in, we pushed, and I was thinking, all right, maybe we roll over one more time towards VWAP and then move into the open. But no, we grinded up, and I covered everything at 416 right in here, and from there on while watching it, I got locates right in here, and at the open I knew, alright, most of the time it fades, and the average spike is only 9% on this one. And so I started, watching the tape at the open. We stuffed into 4, couldn't make it over like a wall, and once we got to 380, mid 80, I started shorting, thinking, alright, 50% stop to 4, and it worked right away. Waited for a bounce towards VWAP, thinking if I can get some more locates, I'm going to add, but we couldn't make it, stayed heavy, and kind of retested that 340 area on some overextension and volume, so I covered, and after that was watching for a re-entry. The re-entry, I was watching this 340 kind of area, and we couldn't make it over, so we stuffed here, here, we tried making it over. Even after the reclaim, we couldn't get it over, so I kind of, entered a bit too early right in here, but my stop was alright. Stop was 380 basically, right? Why 380? Because $4 was too much as a risk for me, and the 380 is kind of the level that we failed at. So if you look at the pre-market, it's kind of where it started getting heavy, where we retested, and where we held in the pre-market. So if we reclaim that, for me, it's kind of a sign of really big strength. So we tested VWAP multiple times in here, and every time we started, testing 370, stuffing into it. So I was thinking, all right, I don't want my stock to be at 370 because we might spike over it. But what I really want, is the 370 level to reject. Not that we don't get over it. It can get over it and get stuffed. That's not a problem. It's going to be a big sign for me that there are sellers and there are no shorts to get squeezed. And that's exactly what we did in here, But I thought it would come a bit earlier. As you can see, this reject was on slightly bigger volume, so I thought we might see a rollover from here. So I added some, risking the same level, and we started, breaking down right after that stuff in here. And what I wanted to see from there was a hold under the morning level, so that 320 level, we broke under it, and from there on, it was pretty weird tape. What we saw was there were some sellers, but the problem is every time we made it under a level, it gets back up. It gets bought back up, and there are there is absorbing on the bid. It's really a really complicated tape to kind of understand, but there was a lot of absorbing and a lot of manipulation on both sides, a lot of propping on the bid, and so on and so on. So I added in here thinking we're going to break down in the afternoon, but as you can see, we broke down and completely just chopped back up, closing at more than 50% as a retracement. And right in here, as we kind of started reclaiming, I was watching it and I knew, all right, I'm probably going to get stopped out, and we start rolling over on SPI. It's going to be before 3 p.m. Most of the times, stocks like this, and they top, they put in the low of day at 330, 340, and they break down starting at around 2 p.m. More 2:30 actually, and yeah, started to reclaim. I saw it, and I knew I don't want to be risking the same level anymore. So after the ads right in here, my stop was just over VWAP at 60, so I had a bit of room to let it test VWAP and add some more in there. But as soon as we reclaimed, we took out, as you can see, the volume kind of increased in here. And we started taking out, so offers right in here, big volume coming in, 60K out of nowhere, and then here and here and here and so on the way up. So I took it off, and then from there on, clear-minded, position is off. It was a winner, even if it didn't reach target. And then I started adding back, thinking, all right, we just bought, a lot of offers, and we rejected that level before. We are starting to get overextended. I don't think we'll make it to VWAP, and even if we retest to 40, I think we're going to have a pullback before it eventually goes up. So I started, adding back 5-8 right around there of my entire position, and covered into the toward 320, and I was done for the day. Right, so a normal day, a nicely green day, avoided most of the traps, and yeah, traded. It should have taken maybe a bit of size off and that $3 kind of hold. That's the only thing I see as a mistake today. But that's pretty much it. Hit the subscribe button and the like button, and I'll see you in the next